Here we go. Our next chapter of Lois Lowry's The Willoughbys is chapter 18. A walking tour is suggested. Oh, you're getting thin, dear, the postmaster's new wife commented one morning to her boy. Have some cream on your Mussolini. I'm sorry, Mother, but I despise Mussolini, he said. Deutsch, please, the postmaster told him. He wanted very much for the boy's German to improve. He thought he might like it better if the boy's German was better. Mein Mussolini ist disgusting. The boy poked his spoon in the boy lethargically. And macht me want to vomit. Oh, he practically eats nothing, his mother told her husband. He is lacking in self-discipline. Does he do his knee bends each morning along with deep breathing exercises? Does he read chapters of the Bible every day? Does he pick up his toys? No. He spends hours arranging his little army men into battle positions on his toy table, and then at bedtime he leaves them there, and I've told him again and again that he must be put away in the box every evening, but he pays no attention, and his room is untidy, and I've organized his clothing alphabetically, but then I go in there and find that he's hung his shirts next to his pajamas, though I have repeatedly told him that shirts belong beside shorts and shoes, and his corners of his bed are not tucked in properly. The postmaster shook his head and looked at the boy with disappointment. Then he looked at his watch. I am almost 2 minutes behind schedule, he announced, folded his napkin carefully into thirds. His new wife smiled at him. Lunch will be at 12:37 p.m., she said. Oh, good, he replied, precisely adjusting the lapels of his uniform jacket, removing a piece of lint from his sleeve. He leaned over and kissed her on the forehead. You have a hair out of place, beloved one, he told her affectionately, there on the top. Oh, I'll rebraid, she promised him. Perhaps, he added as he was going through the door, the boy would benefit from a walking tour. A few weeks of hiking might toughen him up. After his stepfather was gone, the boy looked up from his uneaten Mussolini. Did he mean I would go all alone? He asked his mother. Yes, dear. It's the way that old-fashioned boys become robust and mature, especially ones who would become wasted and weak like you, and pathetic and disorganized. Would you give me a map? Oh, yes, and some vitamins and cough drops in your backpack. But I would be on my own? Oh, don't be frightened, dear. Many old-fashioned boys have done it, and most have survived. Could I choose my own route, or would you plan it all out for me in your meticulous way? His mother sighed. I would like to do that, dear. But it is customary for the solitary hiker to find his own way, and you would be following your dream. It would be your quest. She hummed a few bars of Dream the Impossible Dream, and went to wind the cuckoo clock that hung in the kitchen wall. Without noticing the dry, medicinal taste of the Mussolini, the boy began to eat his breakfast in hurried gulps. He was thinking now of his own quest, his own dreams, his vague memories of his papa. How soon should I leave? He asked, and his mother, finishing winding the clock, and checked the time against her own Swiss watch. In about an hour, she suggested. It was time now, and the time immediately after breakfast, for his knee bends and Bible reading. But her son ignored those things excitedly. He went to his room to pack. By the time Hans Peter, the postmaster, came home for his 12:27 lunch, the boy was gone. His room was empty. The postmaster's wife had packed away the toy soldiers, stored the clothing in alphabetized labeled boxes, and repainted the walls.